Can I ask, what was your motivation in boxing? Why go for all the training, for all the sacrifices in the sport? Is it because you want to leave a legacy? Is it to become a champion? Is it to make a bit of money in the sport? What is the motivation? Is it all of the above? What drives you?
It's a weird one. It's a bit of, I feel like it is a bit of everything. Like you can't just draw motivation just from one aspect of all the categories you stated there. Like when I first went into the sport, I didn't have the bigger goal to be like world champion because it's quite a big daunting goal if you think of it like that. You go into that like baby steps. I want to win this, win that, and then you win that. You're like, oh, I want to win something else. I want to become national champion. So I want to box for England, and then I want to go here, I want to go there, and then it's like, oh, there's an opportunity to box for Great Britain. I was like, oh, I want to get onto Great Britain, and it's just like, I don't know, the like you must get a hunger to be the best. Like I just want to prove almost to myself, and yeah, just yeah, I always wanted to prove to myself that I was the best, and kind of just push on from there. And then I've got little goals for myself, and every time I hit them, I look back and it's like, oh my God, like sometimes it's like, oh my, I've come so far, but it's like I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. It's mad. Whereas like, if I told myself 10 years ago I'd be here, I would never even come close to believing myself. But then it's like in my head now, it's like this isn't like touching the surfaces of where I want to be in life when I with my boxing.
I know you're obviously representing Team GB, but does it feel like as well you represent your birth country of Ghana when you get into the ring and when you go into these tournaments?
Yeah, like Ghana helped like mold and shape me because like when I came over here, I realized something very key. Like in England and like in the UK, there's a lot of opportunity. If you're willing to work hard at anything you do, if you really put your mind to something, you can get anywhere. Whereas like in countries like stricken with poverty and stuff like that, like you can always work hard, but it's like sometimes it's just there isn't the opportunity to do that. Like my dad, and one a big motivator for me. So my dad gave me the opportunity by bringing me here to do something, and he's done well. He owns his own shop. He's got multiple like businesses. But then it's like what would I be not to take up the opportunity that he gave me and do not one up him, but do better than he did in that aspect. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I presume that everything you're working towards now is the World Championships in May, but there is a little bit of a question mark over whether the Team GB will participate. I mean, the women's tournament, the women's team have not gone because of obviously the boycott. Are you aware of the situation right now? Do you think you'll be going or not? What is your mindset?
Yeah. So we've all been recently told in the last couple of coming weeks we will not be attending the World Championships. We've boycotted and we like as a organization we will not be going. That's why the women haven't gone and the men aren't going either. They're trying to find substitute tournaments for us to go to instead of going to the World Championships. There are lots of other countries boycotting as well. I think USA aren't going, Canada and Ireland aren't going to the World Championships as well as us. And I think more and more will be dropping out as well. The aim for this year is try and in these next coming tournaments do as well as possible to hopefully get picked for the Olympic qualifier, which is in July this year, which is Krakow, the European Games.
My hometown, by the way.
It's no way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But just, another question mark is over the Olympics because 2024, we know boxing is going to be there, but down the line,
Mm.
we don't know what the future holds for Olympic boxing. And it's, really sad that boxing has been part of the Olympics since, ancient Greece, or a variation of boxing. Are you sad perhaps that you could be, in perhaps one of the final boxing tournaments at the Olympics potentially?
For me, for me, like it's still like I almost surreal. Like I still don't believe it's gonna happen. It's I still can't wrap my head around the whole decision. I don't allow other sports, not to take anything away from other sports, like the new ones like skateboarding and everything. But then like boxing is such a cornerstone of like
Yeah.
Olympics in general, being there since Greece and everything like that. And just to take it away, it's like for me, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it gives me more motivation now to just give it all, like go yeah, go broke, give it all, give it everything I've got because this might be the last one we ever see.
And just generally, do you watch a lot of boxing? And if you do, who are you watching at the moment? Who do you think is standing out in the professional game? I mean,
There's a few. I do watch my professionals. Obviously, you watch the main ones, the main bills. I was quite impressed with Liam Smith, obviously beating Chris Eubank. That was a great fight. Uh, the hot prospects at the moment, you've got Adam Azim, you got both Azims, you got Sam Noakes, people like that. They've kind of like sprung onto the scene because I'm like people like Sam Noakes. I used to box in England with them, and obviously seeing them doing so well in the pro ranks. And he was always a heavy-handed lad. So there's a few of them, but for me, I can't wait to get into the mix with all of them eventually one day.
and just like last question from me, just on the back of that, are you hoping that perhaps after Paris 2024, that's your time to go pro?
Yeah, I feel like it's my time because obviously with the Olympics in Los Angeles kind of wavering and nobody knows which way it's going. I'll be a prime age around 24 years old, 24, 25. I think that'll be the right time for me to start my new journey and go down the professional ranks.